All right, this is just a little video on the nutrition challenge that we're going to be doing, and then if people have questions, we can kind of go from there, and we can have a big group discussion or whatever. Sorry. So it's going to be 6 weeks long. It starts January 11th, and it's going to go till February 22nd. So that is basically just going to be the Thursday before the Open. So that it starts on a Thursday, finishes on a Thursday. That way you're done before the Open, and then you don't have to stress about it as much if you want to keep continuing doing it, all that kind of stuff. But we're just trying to make it easier for you guys to have it done right before the Open. So it's only 6 weeks long, right? A lot can happen in 6 weeks. So that's kind of the goal here. These will be in teams of 2, so you get to pick a partner, and you guys can work together, and however you want to do that is up to you. So let's kind of go with how this challenge is going to work, since it's going to be different. We're going to use a tray, and this tray is just going to help you and basically be your measuring tool. So if you can see here, and I think we're probably going to get bigger ones than this. I just kind of bought these to see how they were. But this is your veggies. This whole thing is your veggies. This one is your protein, and this one is your carbs. We'll kind of go into what that is. But basically, this would be like your measuring tool, and it's that easy. You put your stuff in here, and slam, you eat it, and we go like that. So let's kind of go over the gist of all this and what we want to see. So we're just going to use these, and each person will get one of these, right? So we'll buy them, we'll give them to you. Sorry. And depending on how much you weigh will depend on how many you get. So if you are a person that weighs over 165 pounds, and that doesn't mean lean body mass, that's just you hop on the scale, it's over 165, you get 4 of these. If you're under 165, you get 3 of these. It's that easy, okay? So that's how we're going to do it right there. As far as the diet we want to be eating, we want to eat real food, not too much, mostly plants, okay? So we're not really going to be doing a paleo or a zone or anything like that. We're going to do it off of this, and you are in charge of eating the real food, not too much, mostly plants. So how do we kind of do this? Well, the rules will be simple. For my proteins, right, and this would be, well, I guess if we want to go what real food is it had parents, it was alive, or it grew in the ground. It's that simple, right? An egg has a parent, and it was alive before I guess you cracked it, but had a parent, good. Corn grew in the ground, good, right? Potatoes grew in the ground, good. So you kind of get the idea there, right? Doritos were not alive, did not grow on the ground. I guess maybe corn, but you get the idea of their process. Anything that's in a bag or box, we do not want to eat. So no bags, no box. We want something that, you know, can't sit on the shelf for a long, long time. Doesn't have a shelf life, right? It's really quick. So that's what we want to see there. So that's kind of what we're looking for. But proteins, you'll just put them in one. Carbs, you'll put them in the other. And as far as carbs, that'll be something that's like your fruits or like your starchy carbs, like sweet potatoes or squash, stuff like that. And then this one, this big one, will be your veggies, okay? Now, what we want to do here, the rule is going to be simple. You will have the container, okay? And I would just use this as a measuring tool, so it'd be really simple. So for proteins, right, I want my proteins to be below the line or right at the line. I don't want to go above the line. And the same thing with the carbs. I don't want to go above the line. The rule with the veggies is I do have to go above the line. So below on the proteins and the carbs, above on the veggies. Okay? So it's pretty simple. If I was eating, you know, or I was getting food ready for the day or the week or whatever, put my protein here, whatever it is, put my carbs here, put my veggies here, put it on a plate, add more veggies, do some fat, there we go, good to go, easy enough, right? As far as the fat, we just want to think the size of your thumb. So as big as that, that's the size of your thumb. That's what we want to do for fat. Fats we're looking for, avocados, olive, coconuts, or any of the oils in the sense of avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. We want to stay away from things like the veggie oil, the canola, the palm oils, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we want for our fat basically. You can do frozen veggies if you would like. I'm totally fine with that, as long as they're just veggies, right? Simple enough there. But if you're doing this right and you're having your proteins, your carbs, and then your veggies, plus more veggies, and that is for every single meal. So a guy, I weigh more than 165, I gotta have 4 of these. You should not be hungry. It shouldn't be like you're restricting yourself calories. You should be eating a lot of food and you should be hungry. So, that's the real food. We understand that, right? Alive once, or had a mother, or planted in the ground. That's alive. Not too much. Not too much means those things. I'm getting either 3 per day or I'm getting 4 per day. The only rule is I cannot go back for seconds and I cannot snack in between meals. So no bars, no healthy bars, no snacking, no doing this and then going back for seconds. No. It's I put my proteins, I put my carbs, I put my veggies, put it on a plate. Add unlimited veggies, as many veggies as you want, but once you add all your veggies and you're ready to sit down and eat, there you go. So no going back for seconds, all right? That's kind of what we want to see there. Unlimited veggies, meaning I guess you could have more veggies, but you understand what I get when I say going back for seconds. No more protein, more carbs. You understand that, okay? We're not really going to worry about pre and post workouts or anything like that, just because generally you don't need to worry about it unless you're a guy under 15% body fat or a girl under 22% body fat. Then we can kind of worry about, do you need pre or post workout and what do you need and all this stuff. So we're not going to worry about that in this diet or have it be points or anything like that. We don't want any processed meat, so meaning no bacon, no sausage, no cold cuts, anything like that. So I know people probably don't like that I said no bacon, no sausage, but that's more along the fat line than it is the meats. So we're just not even going to worry about them. You can kind of get really clean sausage and really clean bacon, but once again, it's going to be more along the fat. Probably be pretty pricey. So we're just going to say no bacon, no sausage, no cold cuts, anything like that. So that's what we're looking for there. If you're one of those people that's like, well, I just don't want to eat meat and then carbs and then veggies, chance it's cold, I want to have soups and stews and all this stuff. Simple. I would put my stew in these two or my soup in both of these, and then I would add veggies. That simple, right? We just want to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing. As far as what we're drinking, since we want this to be basically a whole food diet, just water only. You can add flavored packets to the water, but no diet sodas, no alcohol, no anything like that. You can have coffee if you want, but we can kind of go into detail about, you know, if people have questions about creamer or all that stuff. But we just want it to be basically water. So no Kill Cliffs, no diet sodas, no anything like that. Okay? You understand that at that point. Basically, let's see, what else do we want to think of here? The veggies will be in every single meal, and that is including breakfast. So breakfast, you'll have your protein, your carbs, and your veggies for breakfast, right? For lunch, for dinner. If I'm having 4 meals, for my other meal. I got to have veggies at every single meal. We want this to be full every single meal. That's the whole point of this, okay? Let's talk about points. You get 1 point for eating the real food, which is what we talked about before. We already know what the real food is. It had parents that was alive or grew in the ground. You get 1 point for not too much, so that means you don't go back for seconds, and there's no snacks. You get 1 point for 7+ hours of sleep. 7+, we'd like you to get more than 7, but you have lives, so we want at least 7 hours of sleep. You get 1 point for mostly plants, and that just means in the sense of my veggies are mostly plants, because veggies, as you can see, is the biggest portion here. So mostly plants, so I'm eating a lot of veggies. If you're one of those people that have protein and carbs and you don't have your veggies, then you wouldn't get that point because that's not mostly plants. Okay? And then the last point is for getting a workout in. And yes, that will be a workout at the gym if you're one of the people that comes 3 times a week. I'm sorry, that's just how it works. So those are the 5 points, and that is per day. That's all I can get. So if I eat 1 point for eating real food and I only eat real food 2 out of the 3 meals, I get 0 points. In order to get the 1 point, I have to eat real food at all 3 or all 4 meals. Okay? So this 1 point, so it's 5 points per day, and we can kind of discuss that more if people have questions, all that kind of stuff. So we've went over what we want to eat. As far as we're just trying to make this as simple as possible. We'll go over prices when the time comes and all that stuff. We got a couple weeks. Obviously, we'll probably have a few winners like we do every year. So people that win points or people that win the measurements or the pictures, we'll take pictures, we'll do measurements, kind of like how we always do. But we just want to try to get everyone involved. I know a lot of people last year or last time we did it is like, well, I'm going to be out of town this week, or I don't know if I can eat like this the whole time. Well, the point of this is to get you to try and eat better and change the way that you eat, to kind of change your life, right? We want to try to make this a lifestyle, not just you do this for 6 weeks, you fall off the wagon, you eat like garbage all over again. It was pointless you even doing this, right? So we want to try to get everyone to do this. If you're one of those people that's like, well, I'm going to be on vacation, I can't eat this way, I'm going to be doing that. That's like saying I'm not going to sign up for the Open because I'm not going to win the CrossFit Games, right? We're just trying to get you better than where you are now. Chances are this will solve basically people who worry about macros or anything like that. You can probably get 95% there by just doing this, and you don't need to worry about, do I have 150 grams of carbs or is it 130 grams of carbs? If you just do this, I guarantee you will find a difference. And speaking of that, on vacation, before I forget, this should be simple to do going out to eat. So it's very simple, no matter where I go out to eat. I'm going to skip the appetizer or the bread basket. When it comes to the meals, I'm going to order chicken or some meat or some fish, something like that. Maybe some fowl, right? A bird, whatever you want to. But I'm just going to eat the meat. So there will be my proteins, and I'm just going to make it a fist size, right? Because this can basically fit a fist. So whatever your fist size is, that's how much meat you're going to eat. You'll take the rest home. So skip the bread basket or the appetizers. Eat a meat that's the size of your fist. When it comes to a side, you can order a sweet potato, not sweet potato fries, right? A sweet potato or something like that. And then you just ask them to double the veggies. It's that simple. If you do want to order appetizer, you can order a salad, but make sure you're using olive oil or vinaigrette and you're not doing ranch. And that's how you can eat out without being a weirdo, right? It's pretty simple. Meat the size of my fist, eat carbs that are about the size of your fist, and then double the veggies. That's what you got to ask them. You can go out with your friends, you can eat that as long as you skip the appetizer. We can kind of go into this more, but we just want to give you like a quick run through of how it's going to be so you guys have a general idea to know if you want to sign up. We'll worry about, we don't know how much it's going to be or the prices or anything like that. We'll worry about that when the time comes. But we may set up if people have questions. So if you have questions, ask me and talk to them. If we're getting quite a few of them, we'll address it. We'll take the questions into consideration. We'll address them to a bunch of people, or we'll do another video or something like that. But this is what we're looking for. So hopefully we can get everyone on board, because I think everyone can probably eat better with this. And this is pretty simple to do as long as you can do it, which means pretty simple. I just need a tray and I can do it, right? So yeah, that's what we're looking for. So just a reminder, 6 weeks, January 11th to the 22nd. And yeah, thanks guys.